Hello and welcome to all the sellers and vendors and everyone who wants to become one. Today I have a special guest. It's Max from London. Hello, Max.
Hello, how are you doing?
Nice to meet you. Tell me something about first about you. What's your business and what you've done in the Amazon universe before? And let's start.
Sure. So I can start in the Amazon universe. So I actually worked in Amazon for 6 years. So I kind of intimately know the internal workings of Amazon. Um, when I started my journey at Amazon, I was an account manager. So I managed hundreds. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but over my time, I've worked with hundreds of sellers. I was then part of the team that launched Amazon in Singapore, which was very fun, and I was in charge of catalog quality and browse. So kind of got to know Amazon's A9, how the search works, what content performs well on Amazon, what Amazon is looking for in terms of basically improving the customer experience as they browse the website. Um, and yeah, I left Amazon last year to build e-content. We are helping sellers to create e-commerce content with generative AI. Right now we are doing the lifestyle images, but pretty soon we'll be doing the entire listing. So depending on when people are watching this, it will be at different stages. But we found in kind of discussing with the customers that creating lifestyle images, so I'm sure many people listening have felt this pain, and on our tool it's very easy and quick, so and high quality. So yeah.
That sounds very interesting because I know we all are sellers here and know the time we need for taking good pictures and then putting some icons on it, and that's a lot of time. And show us some presentation about that we can dive more deeper into the tool you have. That's right.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can give a demo of the tool. Let me try and share my screen.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So this is our tool, and basically you can take a product and place it anywhere. So for example, this cup of coffee, our tool will remove the background of it, and then you can type in a cafe outside on the streets of Paris. You can choose how much of the original image you want to take up in the output image size, and then I'll just generate two product images. All of our tool is interacted with this like natural language prompting. We can talk a bit more about what that means, but you can see here I've generated this image and this one. So this is I quite like that second one. It's pretty beautiful. I'll just show you the second. In our second tab here, you can clean the image. So for example, there's this kind of bit of spoon or something in this one that we can remove. And if I click clean, hopefully you're going to see that has now been removed. And then the final part of our tool is this edit image tab, where, for example, if we take this image and we want to like regenerate something, you can regenerate. Let's regenerate this, and instead here put like I don't know, let's try like a bottle of water. So I can mask what I want to do, and then I can say bottle of water, and then hopefully what we're going to see here is a regenerated bottle of water. So yeah, you see here these two have just been generated and added in. So these two here. So yeah, that's our tool, and as you can see, it can help you create like beautiful, hyper realistic lifestyle images. That's what we do. Happy to have more questions if you have any.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and you don't have to pay a setup with models. It's also possible to put people inside this. Maybe a woman drinking a coffee.
I was just going to show you, for example, like this is one I made earlier, obviously. So yeah, you can put the humans in there drinking the coffee. This one is in London. So yeah, entirely possible to do that. And exactly, like, you cut down on the time needed to organize all of the models, the logistics, and your product somewhere. It's absolutely instant, and all you need to do is drop in like the image of your product on the white background as you sort to start generating the images.
What are your clients or were your clients in the past? What products are difficult to show up at the moment, maybe?
Sure.
What,
So
what about
we
with glasses? Maybe a glass with shiny could be a problem. I don't know. Or what about shoes and something like that? Or first of all, you need a good picture from the product. Am I right? Yeah.
You need to start with a good picture of the product. So
Yeah.
we experimented with different ways of doing this, and our way of doing it currently is that we don't touch the actual product in the image. So like we don't want to mess with the actual dimensions and the like what the product looks like. So what you upload in the input image is what you're going to get out in a lifestyle way, and what it's going to do, as you saw in that demonstration, it's going to add natural shadow lighting, put it in the scene in a very photorealistic, natural way. Reflections in the table, everything else that you saw. Now we do in the second tool that the third tool that I demoed, which didn't particularly work well in that instant, and I'm happy to read it if you want to re-record it, which was so. As I was saying, right, like in that one, you can then like edit things on top of the product. So if you wanted to put a hand on, like, holding the coffee mug, or a face on a pillow that you mentioned, you can then do it in our kind of third tab, where you would just like draw over the product where you want the interaction to be, and that would generate the human interaction. Or maybe you're selling, I don't know, a barbecue for the garden, and you want like the legs to be covered in grass, or like however you want, something like this, right? Then you can do it on that third tab in our tool.
Okay, sounds interesting. And what is your pricing of the tool? Can you tell me something about that? That's also interesting for all the people here.
So we charge per brand. So we charge $95 per brand per month, and that would give you unlimited. You can generate an unlimited number of images for up to 100 SKUs. So we're a lot cheaper than the alternative, and actually we found that we're high, like the conversion is better, because you can make your product in like more exciting and dynamic scenarios. And like, for example, if you're selling tents, and we had someone selling tents, like they could generate their images up a mountain, on a beach, in a jungle, like you can take it anywhere. Whereas like if you're going to do photography, you can't. Of course, you're constrained by your location, and you can't send a photographer to multiple locations for one product, and unless you're kind of extremely flamboyant. So we think you're pretty good value. Now, on the question of the customers, we have been working with a lot of the Amazon aggregators. They have multiple brands. We are focusing on trying to like develop some kind of like brand coherence with the products, and that's kind of in the works. Like, a lot of the bigger customers are asking us, like, these are our brand guidelines, this is what we want. I don't know, like if you're selling, like in your image behind you, like those clay pots, and like everything you want it to do is kind of modern whitish background, like that's kind of the value of that particular like brand of clay accessories or whatever. Then like we look to create that for them as well. So that's kind of why we're doing it on a brand level. But yeah, like hopefully it's a $95 a month subscription, like unlimited images for 100 SKUs.
I have a client in mind, a client of us. He's selling paddling boards, stand-up paddling boards.
Yeah.
And last year we had in mind to plan a huge photo shooting with 5 or 10 models on the paddling board and on the Gardasee. Is there also a possibility maybe we have photo of the board and put this on a lake and put a model on it? That's also possible. I think we would try it out with our client. I think that's very interesting.
I think I want to be transparent. Like, I think these things are like, it's an iterative process that, like, working on this. So like iterative in the sense that you need to work with the prompt. Like if you're using anyone's used ChatGPT, I'm sure they know, like, you're not going to get the desired output you get from the first prompt in. You're not going to say, write me my email marketing copy, and boom, out comes like exactly what you imagined. It's an iterative process. You see what it's done, give me more of this, give me less of this, optimize it for like these customers, blah, blah, blah. And, in maybe 2 minutes time and 6 prompts time, you've got like the output that you wanted. And maybe it's even better than you wanted. Like often I find with ChatGPT, like it's giving me new ideas and stuff. And it's the same with our tool, right? So it's, you will, like, to create like that image I showed you of like the man with the Costa cup holding the cup in London, that takes, it took me about 2-3 minutes to make. It's not long, but it is, multiple prompts to get like the lighting and okay, like I want outside street, like when I did it in cafe, like it put it inside, which is not really what I wanted. I wanted like that street view because I think it's more beautiful and more engaging. So like it would be an iterative process, but absolutely, like you'd be able to get what, like, the image you desire from kind of working with the tool.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting for the marketing part of larger companies with multiple brands, you said, and people who are doing nothing else than making marketing material. And it's very interesting for them, I think, to do photo shootings in another way for products or a lot of products. That's very cool. Yeah. I put all the links here under the video that all the people can contact you and trying it out. Is there a test offer, or?
Sadly, we don't offer a trial, but we do have like a pay-as-you-go version, which is $35 per like product image. So like that's very cheap if you wanted just to dip the toe in.
That's cool. Let's test it out, and I can suggest it. And I can say I think we also will test it, or some clients of us, and take a look on it. Yeah, cool. Is there something else you want to tell all the sellers and vendors, and what's possible? Also, all about AI and something like this. Using this, I think older marketing people who say, "Oh, AI is so." I have fear about that. Yet I don't want to use it. What can you say these people about AI?
So I have like a couple of thoughts on this. First of all, like I think this is coming, and it's coming like an absolute freight train. So like whether you're like whatever your views on this, like the technology is out there. Like Coca-Cola have already run an advertising campaign using generative AI. They put up like generative AI images on Piccadilly Circus and Times Square. So like this is coming in marketing. It's really coming in all industries. I guess like people are saying, oh, like, is this like the printing press? Is this, like mobile? And I think probably is the answer. Like, it's probably going to be very transformative. Well, it's definitely going to be very transformative, and it almost certainly is going to be like one of the big kind of like technological revolutions that we look at in human history. So like, I don't think to say, oh, I'm scared. It's like saying I don't want to be online, right? When the internet comes on, like it's kind of like whether you want to do it or not is almost irrelevant. Like it's going to happen to every company around you is going to be doing it, and therefore if you don't have a strategy, you're just going to be kind of harming yourself really, and the ability, your own abilities. That being said, like, I'm super positive on it, and I can say this running like a small business. We have 4 full-time people, and we have like 3 or 4 part-time people as well in my business. So we're like, we're a startup. Generative AI is it's an amazing amplifier of our work. Already, like, I think 40% of code being written right now is being used with generative AI, and that's kind of all the boilerplate code that you just need, and it's quite boring and time consuming to be created, is now just being generated in things like Code Whisperer or GitHub or wherever. And this is going to increase, right, as the tools get better, and it can start to do more of the kind of exciting and what's the word, more of the exciting and creative code, and that will come, I guess, like on our like email communications, and on our we use ChatGPT for so many things. I use it for the first draft of my legal contracts, and I send it to my lawyers, especially because I want to be as time efficient with their time as possible, because they're expensive, right? Like, it's an incredible tool just to amplify you and speed you up. And I think as an e-commerce seller, you're probably in a situation where you're in a pretty nimble business, and I think it really levels the playing field between large and small businesses. Like, I think as a small team, we can move as fast as a large team. We're making key decisions as the humans, and we're kind of like outsourcing the grunt work of a lot of stuff we do to the AI, and that's brilliant. And that's, it means that even if we had an incumbent is not can't move as fast as we are in doing what we're doing to do these product images. So I think I think there's real benefits from it, and it's very exciting. So I would say to people that it's coming. Like, you should be aware that it's coming, and not scared of it, but rather embrace this change. Is going to be incredibly beneficial in many ways. There's obviously, as with every shift, there's going to be disruption, there's going to be everything else, but that's part of progress and part of human existence, right?
Yes, thank you for this cool and nice words about AI, and you don't have to be scared about that.
I would something like embrace generative AI, or generative AI for your lifestyle product images, or something along these lines. We're called e-content because we're doing e-commerce content with generative AI. As I said, right now we do the lifestyle images with the infographics will be live in a week or so, and the whole listing will be live within the next few months. So that's our direction and where we're going. So I think we're already seeing in our testing that we're higher optimize, better converting, higher optimization. You can kind of create as much content as you like, and you can create anything. So we're really focusing on that optimization piece as well.
That was cool. That's it, I think.